Alright, welcome back. It's the 20th of December and there's been a bit of progress on the land. So most of the kind of groundwork is now almost finished. So the tracks are kind of in place, like 98% of the mounds have been dug, and the good news is that this week the timber, or actually was it this week? No, it was end of last week, the fencing has arrived from Hungary. So that's good news because we can start putting up the fence. And yeah, the guys started on that yesterday. So yeah, let's go and check it out. Right, so here we are. This is our fencing post, well, a few of them anyway. We got there's maybe 800-900 posts in total, and this is a timber called Robinia. So it's originally native to North America, small area of northeastern America, but this timber has been growing in Hungary. And yeah, like I've kind of mentioned before in the videos, the good thing about this timber is it lasts a long time, probably twice as long untreated as any other timber you can pretty much buy, at least in Europe. So that's compared to softwoods like spruce or even sweet chestnut, which is used quite a lot, especially in the south of England. So yeah, it lasts 30 years, which is quite important when you need a fence for continuous growth forestry, because it needs to stay up for a long time, especially around here because of the deer pressure. You need to get that natural regeneration in the forest. So if there's too many deer on the land, that just wouldn't happen. So we want the fence to last as long as possible. The fence costs themselves are probably like 10 to 20% in the materials. Well, maybe in the fence post 10 to 20%, and then quite a lot within the labor cost of putting the fence up. So spending maybe an extra few percent on buying this kind of timber, which we probably had to spend, you know, we probably spent, I don't know, like around £10,000, and we would have spent maybe 10,000. Sorry, we spent about 10,000 and we would have spent about 8,000 otherwise. So that's not much more when you consider the costs, like 20-25% more. But in the scale of the whole fence, it's only like less than 5% extra. So, and it means that we have to replace the fence in 15 years time, we can wait twice as long. So it's actually economies wise it makes sense. So yeah, it was a bit of a pain to get it. Like I said, a friend of mine in Hungary, thanks very much, Levi, has managed to sort us out, so super happy about that. And it's come, and yeah, it looks like it's in good condition. And the guys are currently working over here on clearing the line for where the fence is going up, and we can go down and have a look at what they've already done. Right, so this is a section, or the section they've currently put up at the moment. As you can see, it's not on the original fence alignment here, so this is unusual. Most places we are putting it on exactly where the old fence was, but here, because you can see a lot of the trees are leaning over the current fence line, so we'd basically have to cut all these trees down along here, which seems a bit pointless. So we just lose a little bit of ground, put the new fence up, and you have to put a bit of a gap in because the wire or the netting here is like this, will go on this side of this post. So you put the wire on the side where you get most animal pressure. So here this is to keep deer out, so deer might be coming from this angle, and if the wire's on this side, it's a lot stronger. Whereas on this side, and it's being pushed this way, the staples, the nails which are holding the wire on, would be more likely to push off, and then the fence fall down, which is obviously the opposite to the original fence, because the original fence was to stop the deer getting out. So yeah, this and you can see it's pretty straight, this line here. So what they do is at the corner post down here, that's called the strainer post in the corner. That's a much bigger post than these intermediate posts, and then they put the two out at either end, and then they run the wire down here. You can see there's a wire, and that means that gets the alignment, so you get the fence nice and straight. And then they'll come back, I think, in a few days and put that on the wire. So yeah, we're expecting probably six weeks maybe to do the fence. So yeah, there's 2 of them working on it. And is there anything else? It's sort of a bit windy. Yeah, so the other thing they've been saying is the Robinia, so they're not used to working with Robinia, the timber. So they're not quite sure whether it's the timber or just these posts, but they're a bit bendy. You can see this one's a little bit bendy. And it gets worse when they hammer them in. They're bending more, some of them. So potentially if I just stand back, you can see a few of them are really a bit wonky, which isn't really, it's not really a big problem. It's maybe because there's quite high water content in these posts, which just makes them a bit more flexible. But yeah, hard to say. So at the moment they are hammering these in by hand. The strainer posts are actually digging holes and putting them in, but next week after Christmas now, we're going to be bringing their tractor down, and the tractor has like a hammer on the back of it, and that will hammer them in. But they just couldn't, long story, but they couldn't bring it this week. So yeah, they said it didn't take that much longer when the ground here, it doesn't take much more effort to actually do it by hand, shall we say. Right, that concludes the update for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying following along. Have a good Christmas and New Year, and I'll see you in the next video in 2023.